Hey everybody, Seth Dailey here, and I want to bring you a tip today that has to do with time management. And there's a principle that talks about, do you know what your dollar per hour is? So I want to talk to you about dollars per hour. I did an exercise with a group in a mastermind this week, and one of them said, you went through that really fast. I wonder if you could shoot that again for us. So I'm going to give you a little bit of insight on that right now. So here's the basic concept of dollars per hour. Let's pretend that you want to make $100,000 a year. Okay, so your goal is to make $100,000. And by the way, I don't have a whiteboard today, so we're gonna do it up on here instead. You wanna make $100,000. You guys have to tell me if you can see this in the screen or not. $100,000, and the question is, well, how many hours am I gonna work? Well, let's say that you work 40 hours a week for 50 weeks a year. That is 2,000 hours. So, okay, to make $100,000 and you're working 2,000 hours, actually, I'm gonna reverse these. The question is, what is your dollar per hour? So the answer there is you're making $50 an hour. Pretty sure that math is correct. So if you work 2,000 hours, you make $100,000 in the year, you made $50 per hour. But here's the issue. It's not actually the way it works. And the reason why is because of something called the 80-20 rule. If you don't know what the 80-20 principle is, go ahead and Google it. It's super helpful. But the 80-20 principle says that 20% of what you do gets you 80% of your results. And 80% of what you do gets you 20% of your results. So here's what that looks like as it relates to this. Let's think about what I just said. 20% of what you do, okay, so that's 400 hours. 400 hours is going to get you 80% of your results. Well, what is that? That is $80,000. So 400 hours gets you $80,000, and conversely, the other 1,600 hours only gets you $20,000. Well, now let's do the math on this. We thought that our time was worth $50 an hour, but that's not really the way it works. The reality is we spent 400 hours, we earned $80,000, and we spent another 1,600 hours and we earned $20,000. What does that work out to? I'm pretty sure I've got this memorized, so let me see if I got this right. If you spend 1,600 hours and you only earn $20,000, you're making $12.50 an hour. And if you spend 400 hours and you're earning $80,000, your time there is actually worth $200 an hour. So here's the challenge. You're going through life and you're thinking, what can I do that makes me more than $50 an hour? And what I would tell you is I want you to totally eliminate that concept. Just understand that you really only have two types of exercises or activities that you're doing at any point in time. You're either doing something that is worth $200 an hour, or you're doing something that is worth $12.50 an hour. Now, when you think about it that way, it really breaks up your activities in a very different way. So now you know that if you're scrolling through Facebook, you got to ask yourself, is that $200 an hour work? Probably not. If you're working on spreadsheets, if you're going through paperwork, all stuff that needs to be done, but not the kind of stuff that is actually going to earn you the highest dollar per hour that you're capable of. By the way, here's the silver lining on this. Here's the light at the end of the tunnel. When you actually realize that you can spend really, really focused time making $200 an hour, so 80% of what you want to make in the year in 20% of the effort, you might find that you focus more on those activities. You might find that you hire somebody to do this, and maybe you go enjoy time with the family or time by yourself or time doing whatever it is that you want to get your life back. So hope that's helpful. See you soon.